Here's my nominations predictions, ranked in likelihood of winning. The abbreviations are in the bottom. Best Picture seems very straightforward to me. I've gone with the PG-810. Poor Things, Oppenheimer, and Killers of the Flower Moon, and The Holdovers, American Fiction, and Barbie trailing behind. Then I also have Maestro, Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, and The Zone of Interest. For Best Director, I have Nolan, Scorsese, and Lanthimos. BAFTA seem to love Jonathan Glazer, but I'm not sure, so I've given the remaining 2 spots to Alexander Payne and Justine Triet. I think Justine might be the Pavel Pawlikowski, Ruben Östlund, Thomas Winterberg type of nominee, the foreign director who sneaks in here. I could also see that Greta Gerwig loses, because even though Barbie is enormous, Denis Villeneuve even got snubbed for Dune. For Best Actress, I have Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. Gladstone used to be in the first place, but after the BAFTAs didn't nominate her, I've given the first place to Emma Stone. She's won the Critics' Choice. Both of them have won the Golden Globe, so it's a 2-2 race. I think I have Carey Mulligan and Sandra Hüller next. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, and I also have Margot Robbie for Barbie. Best Actor, I have Cillian Murphy, Paul Giamatti, Bradley Cooper, Colman Domingo, and Jeffrey Wright. I think Leo gets snubbed since he didn't get SAG or BAFTA, and the same thing goes for Andrew Scott. I think he'll miss out here. Supporting Actress, I have Da'Vine Joy Randall for The Holdovers, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple. Sandra Hüller will get a double nomination. I think she'll get it for The Zone of Interest here, and Julianne Moore for May December. This one was quite hard though. Jodie Foster could sneak in here. I don't think Nyad will get anything. Same thing goes for Penelope Cruz or Rosamund Pike. But I think the love for Sandra Hüller is so strong that she'll get the double nomination. And May December, it has lost some buzz, but Julianne Moore might sneak in here. Even though that place could go to Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, because Saltburn is so enormous right now. For Supporting Actor, I have Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Robert De Niro, and I also have the 2 Poor Things actors, Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe did sneak into SAG, so he could sneak in here. Charles Melton could also be a 5th nominee, even though he's missed a lot of precursors. He could be like the Kristen Stewart of the year. My personal pick would be Milo Machado Graner from Anatomy of a Fall, the kid actor from that film, but that's a long shot, but it would be quite fun. For Best Adapted Screenplay, I have Oppenheimer, Poor Things, American Fiction. Barbie is here because it's no longer in original, and I also have The Zone of Interest. BAFTA shooked us all with Killers of the Flower Moon being omitted from the list, and maybe that's a clue, so I have Killers of the Flower Moon missing in Adapted. For Best Original Screenplay, I've just gone with the safest bet here. The Holdovers, Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, May December, and Maestro. For Cinematography, I have Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon. I also have The Zone of Interest, and in the 5th spot, I've added El Conde. The Society of Cinematographers apparently had a thing for this film, and it has a respected crew, it's in black and white, and it might take the 5th spot away from Maestro. I know that Maestro has a lot of black and white shots, but I think that this could sneak in. For costume design, I have Barbie and Poor Things, as well as Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and Maestro. I was thinking of having Wonka here, but since BAFTA didn't give a damn about it, and it was like in a lot of the shortlists, and I also think that Color Purple is pretty much dead, so I have Maestro in there. Best Film Editing, I have Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, and I also have Anatomy of a Fall, which takes the spot of The Holdovers. I don't think The Holdovers is strong enough to win Best Picture, so Anatomy of a Fall, great pacing, it's going to be bumped into Best Film Editing. For makeup and hair, a lot of people have been talking about Maestro. I think it's the frontrunner here, with Poor Things slightly behind. I also have Oppenheimer and Golda. In the 5th spot, I have a No Guts No Glory. I've just added Beau is Afraid, because sometimes in makeup you have these wild card nominations. Best Production Design, I have Barbie, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and I also have Napoleon. I think Napoleon will get a little bit of love in the below the line categories. For best original score, I have Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon. I also have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And in the 5th spot, I was a bit unsure because Mika Levi's score for The Zone of Interest, it's great, but it's so minimal, so little of it. So I'm thinking, like, could John Williams even surprise us with being nominated for Dial of Destiny? I think so. He was nominated for The Rise of Skywalker, so maybe that could happen instead of Mika Levi's score. I'm not sure about the Academy, so I just added Joe Hisaishi's score for The Boy and the Heron. I know it's a gamble, but we'll see. For best original song, I think they would have surely nominated all 3 Barbie songs if they had the option to, but it's not allowed. So it's going to be the Billie Eilish song and I'm Just Ken, both trailing for the 1st place. And then I also have Rustin, Road to Freedom. I also have the Diane Warren song from Flamin' Hot, and also the song from American Symphony by Joel Batiste, because he's a very respected composer. The Academy loves him, so I think he's the 5th spot. We could also see The Color Purple here, but I think the race for The Color Purple is gone. Best sound, I have Oppenheimer winning. I also have Maestro and Ferrari. I've added The Zone of Interest. The sound design in The Zone of Interest is so amazing, so I think the Academy will be cool enough to add it there. And I also have Napoleon. The sound department in The Killer is quite respected in the Academy, but I don't think it's going to be nominated anywhere. Visual effects this year is such a fun category because Oppenheimer isn't here, so I've gone with The Creator in the 1st place, Guardians of the Galaxy, Society of the Snow. Society of the Snow is such a big hit at Netflix. And then in the 4th place I have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, because it got the nomination at VES. And I also have in the 5th spot Godzilla -1, so I think Poor Things will miss here. I also think that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will miss because they don't usually nominate animated films here. Best animated feature, I have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as the winning film, with The Boy and the Heron slightly behind. I also have Elemental, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In the 5th spot, I have Robot Dreams. Sometimes they have these small European movies that sneak in, like The Red Turtle or I Lost My Body. And I think that it fits this category to have Robot Dreams as the 5th weird European film. Personally, I would have loved if Kuopi or The Peasants would have gotten in, but it hasn't got any support or momentum. In Best Documentary, I have 20 Days in Mariupol, I have Beyond Utopia, American Symphony, 4 Daughters, and I was thinking of having still a Michael J. Fox movie. They tend to snub like these big names, so I've gone with Bobby Wine, The People's President, instead. For Best International Feature, I have The Zone of Interest in the top spot, Society of the Snow, Fallen Leaves, because it got a lot of attention at the Globes. Alma Poisty was nominated there, and it's a cute, fun, small film, one of the best by Aki Kaurismäki. I also have The Teacher's Lounge in the 4th place, and 20 Days in Mariupol from Ukraine in the 5th space. I think that Perfect Days will be like a hero this year, the one that gets snubbed. I've also snubbed The Taste of Things, and it will be a disaster for the French committee because they didn't submit Anatomy of a Fall as the French submission to the Oscars. Then I have the short films. I've just added them here just to go through them quickly. In animated short, I think Once Upon a Studio is a likely frontrunner because it's like a Disney 100 Years circle jerk, but I don't think it's going to win. I think it's just too much of it. I don't think Pete will be nominated. It's quite high on Gold Derby, but I don't think it has the momentum. It's not very special. In documentary short, I have a bunch of the frontrunners. The Last Repair Shop I have as the winner, and Best Live Action Short. Here's a fun category because you have a few celebrated filmmakers such as Wes Anderson and Pedro Almodovar. I think both of them will get in. It's very likely that Wes Anderson will be nominated and win for this, so that's fun. I really liked Red, White and Blue. I hope it's going to be nominated, so I have it here. I also have Night of Fortune as a nominee because it's Scandinavian. So that's my predictions, hope you enjoyed.